One of my followers, Hell Kitty, had mentioned that these trucks hold their value the absolute best. And he wasn't wrong. This is a 2023 Ford F450 Platinum that has almost 100,000 miles. I'm gonna show you guys the miles here in a second. It is available here at Larry H. Miller Super Ford in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Diego. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker for this truck and all the features that it has. And I'm gonna show you guys around it to show you the condition that it's in. Here's a quick look at the description and the standard equipment. And here are all the options for the truck too. Right now, the high output for the F450 is $3,000 to vehicle safe. Feel the items, and then there is something removed on the truck too. Here's base price at $92,535. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $99,090. It's crazy how just a few years ago this truck was under $100,000. Now here is a 2025. You guys can see some differences too between the two trucks. For example, this one has the black recovery hooks, also has the black trimming around the fog lights, and it has the black mirror caps. For the 2023 model year, this one has the chrome recovery hooks, has a satin finish around those fog lights, and it has the chrome on the mirror caps. Now, I kind of know the guy, I've met him before, who traded this truck in. So this truck was used for heavy pulling. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't know if he would care for me to put his information out there, obviously. I'm not gonna tell you who his name is and his company, but this truck was used for heavy hauling. And that's a good thing, because you know that all the emission stuff is probably clean because it was always on the load for the most part of its life. And yeah, at 86,000 miles, he decided he wanted to get a new truck. So this should be a good pickup truck for someone who wants to save some money. Although I will say, you ain't saving much, but you are saving a little bit for sure. Now obviously with this being the Platinum, it does have the projector headlights. The only thing they've done with this truck is it does have new tires. And there was some minor damage on the front end of the truck, so I think the bumper's been repainted, which is a good thing because there's literally no damage on the front end of this truck. The headlights are in really, really good condition. No damage on these. And even like this satin finish, it still looks great. On the front of the hood, again, there's just no damage to this truck. It just needs to be cleaned. Now, this truck has not gone through detail, and I really wanted to get it beforehand. So here's a quick peek at the suspension and the framing there. And let's see if I can get a good shot below the truck here too, at the frame. Oh yeah, this truck looks really, really good. Out back on that diff, this takes the brunt of the damage too, so yeah, it looks great. Yeah, that frame on this truck is clean. It's not shining, but it's still black, so there's not a lot of damage on it. And you guys can see the lease out back too. And I'm actually happy to see the paint right there. So I had mentioned I would probably get that rhino lined or something, like with the spray and bed liner stuff, just to protect it, but you really don't have to. There's no damage after 86,000 miles on this truck. Yeah, these tires look new too. And so about, what, 90,000 miles, the dealership felt like this truck needed to get new tires. Out back, yeah, there's no damage at all to the bumper. There's really no damage on the truck whatsoever. Now this truck does have the camera and the sonar on top of the tailgate. This looks like it could be busted. Let's see. Okay, I'll check that in a second. I gotta put my camera down, but yeah, the bed, this is why you get a spray and bed liner. It's in really good condition. Now I can't remember, this may be aftermarket for spray-in, because back then this would put your truck on constraint if you opted for it. So some people just skipped it and just got it done after the fact. So you have to go back to the window sticker, in other words, because I don't remember what it said off the top of my head. But yeah, the bed looks great. Fifth wheel prep package was used heavily on this truck. That was standard back in 2023. It's not standard anymore. But yeah, this is in great condition. There's no damage whatsoever to the truck. On the roof, looks great. Oh, there it is. It comes out pretty easily. Yeah, that's good. I guess it just was like a little stuck. But yeah, that's still in pretty good shape. And let's see if this still works. Oh yeah, still works great. Full LED tail lights. You want to see that rear diff too. There it is. Exhaust still looks good. Does this truck have airbags? This truck does have airbags. So they have the aftermarket airbags on there too. Not sure where they put the valves, I guess. I don't see them. Normally people put them right here. But he could have had an onboard air system for it too. And that's probably why we're not seeing that out back here. So yeah, the truck already has airbags. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see how under the hood looks. This is the high output Power Stroke. And all it needs is a nice cleaning, that's it. And as I said, the truck has not been through detail, and I wanted to show it to you guys in this condition. You guys see the EGR right there? Or some of it. Also, looks like they did replace the intake here. Those look to be the original battery, so probably a year or two those might need to be replaced. And let's go ahead and check out the interior. This is really what I want to see for me personally, to see how this interior held out. So on the door, again, remember, it has not been cleaned yet. Here's that suede material. And here are the seats. Now remember, in 2023 they didn't have the contouring seats available, but the leather held out really, really good. There's no tears or scratches or rips in it too. Now the only thing is I noticed is the max recline looks like it kind of separated from the pillow here. So that's the only thing I see. So maybe Ford might have to do some updates to this in the future. But yeah, everything still works great. Remember, they took these away after 2023, so for 2024 and 25 you don't have the speakers anymore in the headrests. Steering wheel looks great. 86,000 miles in 2 years. Everything's gonna most likely still work. Here's that floor mat. Yeah, looks great. Here's the rear. Aside from it being dirty, everything looks great. Seats still look good. Let's go ahead and check out the front passenger. You can pretty much tell nobody sat on this side as much, for sure. It's just almost perfect, almost. You can see the seat hasn't separated as much on this side. Now, 2024 and 2025 don't have this wood trim piece anymore. So it's just like a silver trimming, kind of like this, kind of, a different design. And then here's that roof. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this truck for a drive. I want to see how it feels on the highway. Let's go ahead and start it up. Truck has 87,320 miles as of right now. Now, if you turn on the cameras, this is the forward camera here. I'll show you guys bed view. There it is. So that's bed view. You have the backup lines for that. And let's go ahead and check out the rear. Now, if I were to drop the tailgate, love this. I missed this feature. This was a nice feature that they had. When you had the camera on top of the tailgate, literally, you always had a great view out the back. So that's gone, and I don't know if it'll ever come back. Let's go ahead and drive this thing. The truck is not warmed up quite yet, but I've been letting it idle for about maybe 5 minutes or so. People in the comment section make me laugh all the time. You know, someone got on me about driving a truck when it was cold, and I had already let the truck idle for like 5 or so minutes at the time. But again, if I don't say it, it's like I literally started the truck and just ripped it. But no, I do let them warm up and things like that before I drive them. And another thing, I don't rip on cars when I'm off camera. I'm almost 40 years old. I'm not a 20-year-old. My goodness, people. They're so frustrating sometimes. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to say anything else about it. But if you were to tell me that this truck had 20 miles on it, I would believe you. It feels like a brand new truck. And, oh man. Yeah. It feels so good. This is a nice truck. Wow. And that's why this, you're going to see the price here, what it's selling for right now at the end of this video. But that's why these trucks have done so well, guys. Like, you cannot beat an F450. There's no competition for it. And these are always sought after. This truck will be gone within a matter of, I would say, a few weeks. You know, I think that they're going to probably have to drop the price a little bit to sell it. But these trucks do well for resale. You know, they really do. They're hard to find. They're still hard to find. If you're looking for a new one, good luck. They're all spoken for. Everyone that I've done a video on, they were pre-sold. But I'll check back in after this light turns green, okay? You would never know this truck had 87,000 miles. I'm actually really impressed with this truck, guys. 86,000 miles. It towed heavy most of its life, and it feels like a brand new truck. You can kind of hear the road noise from these tires. They're a little bit more aggressive tread, but it's not bad. I mean, once you get about 70, that's when they really start to get a little bit louder. Now, this truck having the 430, it does have low gearing out back. But yes, overall, like the steering feel, the brakes are still really good. I mean, this truck was towing for most of its life, so, you know, they were probably using the exhaust brake. Let's go ahead and turn that on and see how it feels. Oh yeah, look at that. Works great. And there are no modifications to the truck, by the way, too. It's pretty stock. I'm gonna give it wide open throttle once some of this traffic clears up here. Oh, there we go. Wow. Brakes feel really, really good. Let me get around this really slow car here. But yeah, look at that. Like, traction control's coming on. Yeah, this truck is, this is a really, really good buy. I wish that it was a little bit cheaper. I think that for what you gotta pay for it, you're gonna pay for this bad boy. I mean, it's a platinum trim, and it is pretty loaded. It has a twin panel moonroof, has a high output power stroke, and there's features that this truck has that the other model years don't have, right? Look at the exhaust brake. My goodness, it's strong. Wow. It shows for trip 1, 33,000 miles, 9.1 mpg. For trip 2 is the exact same. I'm gonna reset it. I'm just gonna drive a little bit further down this road here and just kind of see what kind of fuel economy I can get, just kind of cruising here. Yeah, the steering wheel is nice and straight. I'm sure that they did an alignment on this truck simply because of the new tires, right? But yeah, you couldn't tell the truck had almost 100,000 miles on it. Ford has done a good job with these new cabs. Like, back in like the 2016 and earlier pickups, whenever you would hit bumps, the doors would shake. And it sounded horrible. You don't hear that anymore with this truck. I've hit a few bumps, and I have not noticed that on this new configuration here. So they've done some updates basically, probably to the latches. But yeah, the truck tracks well. It accelerates great. You know, and the heated seats, man, they work maybe a little too good. But yeah, overall, this is a really nice truck. If you need something to pull your trailer and you want to save up, you know, 10-15 grand, yeah, that's what you're gonna do with this one. Let's go ahead and check out the pricing, and then I'll show you guys the payload number. Here's a funny story about this truck. When it first got to the dealership, when it was brand new, I was supposed to do a video on it, and as I was doing it, the customer came to pick up the truck, and so I never finished it. And I still had the footage probably up until maybe 6 months ago probably, and I should have kept it because I could have used that footage for this video. But nevertheless, I did a video on it a year later, which is too funny. Down below here, it does show that it drove about 70,000 miles a year. It was in a business name. And here's some of the maintenance that was done on the truck too. You can see that there was some glass repair a couple times on this truck too. But yeah, it's been maintained pretty well. I'm pretty sure the customer probably did their own oil changes in between some of these intervals, just as an FYI. I think that they do them every 5,000 miles. So let's go ahead and check out the pricing. So it was $99,090. Now it's $87,055 with 87,000 miles. So that is insane. This truck did a great job holding its value. And that's in part to the fact that they're hard to get. And I mean, this truck is just broken in. And if you want to consider some of the depreciation, I figured about 12% between these two numbers, which is not too bad. But potentially, this could be the loss from MSRP to what they got in for trade-in value, which I'm thinking about $80,000. We finished off at 14.9 mpg, 11.9 miles driven. And here is the gauges. I want to show you guys something. So here are the temperatures. Be sure to pause it. But you guys see the exhaust filter. Whenever I'm looking at a used truck, if I were to buy one, especially being a diesel, I always want to see how that looks for sure, because if that's higher than 50%, not necessarily saying it's concerning, but on a truck like this with 87,000 miles is zero. That's how you know whoever had the truck was using it for work, and this is a good truck to buy because of that. So here are the numbers on the door. And payload, 4,842 pounds. So you guys saw the price of this truck. I don't know if they're willing to discount it, so you can just call in, ask for Diego, and see if they were willing to make you a deal. But I like this truck, guys. I think that for what you're getting in this package, the truck still feels like a brand new pickup. It's been used for mostly highway miles, and it's been towed with, so that engine, you know, was used for what its intended purpose was for. If you don't know this, diesel engines are meant for hard work. You see that big old train right there? That's what they're supposed to be used for, not cruising around unloaded. And that's how you know a good truck from a bad truck. See you guys soon.